Welcome to Let's Talk Money, Honey, the podcast where we break down the barriers to financial success.
I'm Elise Levy here with Holly Henry, and we're your hosts, two financial advisors on a mission to demystify investing, unravel the complexities of money, and sprinkle a little wisdom into your life.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just dipping your toes into the world of finance, join us once a month as we discuss how to navigate life's financial twists and turns. Just remember, building wealth and living your best life should be empowering, not intimidating.
So listen up and let's talk money, honey. All right, welcome back to another mini session of Let's Talk Money, Honey. Today is very timely because we are talking about, of course, the election. So, Holly, what is the relationship between the election and the stock market?
Oh, we felt it this year. It's so volatile. And we've all had the clients that have felt it. We've personally felt it. And we've had the clients that because of this pending election, for whatever reason, they're just nervous. And I will say, I think the media has a habit of making us nervous. And, it's a lot of doom and gloom. And so we have felt the volatility this year. Absolutely.
100%. And I think that exactly what you said. I think because the two candidates are very polarized, which we've seen a trend of in the last couple elections, but because of that, it's caused a lot of anxiety and exactly what you said, volatility. But volatility does not mean that the market has gone down this year.
Mhm.
So as of right now, the S&P, what's it up
So it's up over 20%. I think when I looked,
for
it's
year
20
to date?
for year to date, 22.5%. So in the end, I've had several clients that are, back a few months ago when we were really experiencing, I feel like the volatility even more so than now, they were just going to pull their money and just wait till after the election. And unfortunately, even though we've said this several times, you cannot time the market. You can pull your money and put it in cash, and you may save yourself a few percentages on the downside. You may not lose as much. But the problem is when the market goes up, by the time you realize it's up, you've missed out on those chances. And even though it has felt very rocky, the S&P is doing great.
Yeah. Well, and it goes to show that the stock market is really looking at American company valuations and earnings reports. And so each earnings season this year, companies have been strong. And that's what they're really paying attention to because I think I have so many clients ask me, the world seems so chaotic right now. We're in an election year. Why does the stock market keep going up? It doesn't make sense to me. And it's because these companies are still showing profits. So even though there's chaos in Europe, in the Middle East, all these things don't really matter as long as these companies are showing a profit. So I think that's a good distinction too when we're thinking about the stock market and how much it is influenced or not by politics.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do just want to remind everybody, stock market has made it through several different presidents in there, whether it be
A
Democrat,
lot.
Republican. Yeah, we've had both sides of the party sit in office, and while there is always, I feel like, stock market reacts, we sit down and we decide long-term plans. We are not daily traders, so we're not going to sit there and be like, okay, because of this election, we're going to pull all your money out and we're going to sit it back. That's not. We're going to follow the long-term plan and know that the stock market will go up. No matter who is in office, it will rebound.
Absolutely. And I think, I think we both love Warren Buffett because he's such a great investor. But he says if you're investing for tomorrow, you shouldn't invest. If you're investing for the long term, then you should invest. And so basically, what he's saying is like if you're trying to plan out what the stock market is going to do tomorrow or 2 weeks from now, your money should stay in cash. You really aren't supposed to be investing that. But like Holly said, if you're investing for the long term and we're putting money in retirement accounts that you're not planning on touching 10 plus years, 20 plus years,
Mhm.
it's okay if there's volatility in the next 6 months. So, kind of taking a step back and looking at that longer term timeline, it should give you a little relief because, yes, it's going to go up and down, but it's not the end of the world if it does. And I think that brought me to, I think both of us have a lot of clients who contribute on a monthly basis. And if that's the case, you know that you're doing dollar cost averaging. So when you think about all the volatility that the market's going through, it's okay because you're using that dollar cost averaging, which is actually reducing the impact of price volatility and lowering the average cost per share that you're buying because you're doing the same amount a month into your IRA or whatever account it is, $300 a month or whatever. So I think that's another good thing to keep in mind for our younger investors as they get all worried.
Yeah, and I think I also just want to pivot too, and us going back to the market causing anxiety. So I think one of the reasons why clients need to be working with our perspectives, working with a financial advisor, is so we can talk you through these things. We can also ensure that you're invested in a way that your risk tolerance is fine. And so we're not going to put you in something that's so high risk if you're actually very conservative. So you're not going to be feeling all the ups and the downs unless that's something that you can totally handle. And so, again, sometimes this is really important that you sit down and make sure that your financial advisor knows exactly how comfortable you are with investing and you develop a long term plan. And again, when we develop long term plans, we're not taking consideration whether it's the Republicans or the Democrats that are in office.
Exactly. No, and I think that's such a good point is, touching base with Holly or I or whoever your financial advisor is and going back to that plan because 9 times out of 10, it has planned for the long-term future and it has all of that exactly what Holly said, your risk tolerance baked in and the appropriate investments for you. But having that little refresher can always be a nice grounding cord and kind of mellow you out as you watch the news, which is, of course, so negative all the time. It drives me crazy.
Yes, absolutely. I think that we have talked everything through on this. The one thing we just wanted to encourage everyone is this is such an exciting time. It doesn't matter which party that you are wanting to vote for, but we do encourage everyone to just get out there and vote. I know you'll probably be seeing me post a sticker pretty soon that says I voted. And I hope that all of you take the time too. I know the polls are going to start getting crazy, but get out there and cast your votes.
Absolutely. I'm a early voter. I love mailing in my ballot. It's so easy. So I already voted, but everybody else get out there and yeah, exactly what Holly said, make your vote count, whether it's for president or your local election. It's so important. All right. Thank you and tune in next time.